to welcome you to another edition of The Mechanic. Like I will always tell you here, we want to see you running. There are a lot of persons who are impactful all around the world, but their personal lives are suffering. You get, just like that car, that taxi, carrying you from point A to point B, but the car is not healthy, even though the car is serving. So the idea of this program is not just for you to be impactful, not just for you to be influential, but for you also to be healthy. So that when you look at your life, you'll be glad. You know, before even we celebrate you, you can be happy for who you are. So that's the essence of this program. We want to keep you running and also relevant. You see, the two aspects. You're relevant, personally, you are running as a young person. Okay, I told you in the last episode that from today, being Thursday, from this week, I will begin to run a series on preparing for the new year. Okay, I said I'll begin to run a series on preparing for the new year. I'm sorry that I'm coming up late, but the little time we have, I'll see how far I can go. And then preparing for the new year. Today, I want to begin with the person. Like I told you last week, I told you that when we say Happy New Year, nothing really changes actually. It's still the same normal sleep and wake up. The cloud does not change. The food you eat does not change. Your color does not change. In fact, let's class it. Nothing actually changes. It's just that, okay, when you're not writing the new year, you now put it with 2023, you're not writing 24. It's just you now changing dates on paper. But the truth is life. Everything looks the same. Your color doesn't change. It's not like, even if you're getting older self, you don't even know you're getting older. You still think you're looking young. You see, so the truth is, the most important thing about entering a new year is the way you see life, your thought processes, your mentality. Are you better than you were? So that's why I want to take time today to begin with the man, you that will be entering 2024. You see, so we're going to be looking at, first of all, identifying your talents. Identifying your talents and utilizing them. Well, we are beginning the series on preparing for the new year. So, the first part of this teaching today, we're going to look at a whole lot of stuff, but the first part today is you being able to identify your talents, who you are. Because you see, the reason why we have a lot of persons competing today is because it's not really their fault actually. It's because they don't know who they are. They want to be like others. The truth is that person you are envying has been able to discover himself or herself and has developed a part of himself or herself. Doesn't make that person better than you. It's just that you have not discovered you. If you discover you and work on you, you are so unique that the person self might even start envying you back. But the truth is, you've got some talents. There are things God has given to you to succeed in life. You see, one thing I know about God is that God is, Bible said he's just and he is what? Righteous. Now, if he's just, that means everybody on earth has what it takes to be a success. And that's why I always tell people, failure is man-made. I say it again. Failure is man-made. So, today, we're going to be looking at, I don't know if I'll be able to exhaust all that, but we're looking at 10 ways you can be able to identify your talents. I know I might not get into utilizing them, but how you're able to identify your talents. In the course of this series, we're going to differentiate between talents and giftings because they are actually different. Today, we're looking at your talents. Talent has to do with the physical abilities that God has given you to do life. The physical qualities, you know, that makes you who you are, that should be able to give you an edge above the other person. So that's what talents are. So we're going to be looking at this right now. So I want you to understand that it doesn't matter the number of people in the world today. It doesn't matter the crowd. It doesn't matter the billions of people all around the world today. The truth is, there is no one like you. There is nobody like you. I want you to tell yourself that as we continue. There is no one like you. That's a fact. And because there is no one like you, that's why you are unique and that's why you are important. Because if there's no one like you, it means that we need you for life to be complete. Yes, because if I can do what you cannot do, and I can do what you can do and do what I can do, then there's no need for you. So since I can only do what I can do, that means life needs to see what you can do for life to be sweeter, for life to be balanced. So number one, you need to take a personality test. As the year is rounding up right now, before you get into 2024 and shout Happy New Year again and start coasting like you're already coasting in 2023, I think it's time you sit down. Go, in fact, get up after this program right now, get up from your seat, go to a store now and buy a book, buy a new pen. In fact, let it be that. I know you may have other pens in the house, but just buy a new pen, buy a new exercise book or a tech or whatever, but buy a new book. If possible, 80 leaves or a jotter or a diary. Just get it and sit down and say, I want to begin to prepare for my 2024. And it begins with you discovering your talents. And I've told you before that talents are simply the abilities that God has given to you to succeed in life. So if you understand it and discover them, you cannot be a failure. That's why I say failure is man-made. So how do you begin to discover your talents? Number one, take a personality test. Now, that's why I said get a pen and paper. Personality tests I wrote down here as an objective way of understanding what makes you tick. An objective way of understanding what makes you tick. You sit down and ask yourself a few questions. Now, the truth is that once you know the things that make you tick, and I always tell people this, what are those things you do effortlessly that people thank you for? As in, you don't struggle to do them, but you find out that each time you do it for people, they appreciate you so well. So find out those things, and also those things that you fail at, those things you've tried to do and it looks like, because your personality test is a combination of both your strengths and your weaknesses. You need the both of them. So I need you to actually sit down. It will take you a lot of thinking, yes. You cast your mind back. You can even go as far as when you are in, maybe when you were a child growing up in school and all that. Ask yourself a few questions. What are those things you tried to do? And remember then, when I was in school, I would see people like me trying to do backflip. And so easy, they will learn it. Me, I tried it. I couldn't learn it one bit. I tried. I just found out that guy. This area, not your area. But there were things that I didn't need to try. It's just doing it, and I just do it. You understand me? I just do it. I remember then, football, I would try. I could play, but I was never among the best. But the day I tried volleyball, that is volleyball, I didn't need to stress. It came natural. To the point that I represented my school then all through when it comes to volleyball competitions, and we were getting the cups. Why? Because that was something that came to me natural. So understand what makes you tick. It will help you. Then the second thing here is find what makes you feel strong. The second way, find what makes you feel strong. Now, have you ever had those moments when everything feels so easy and light? You know that you have the answer, or you are capable of finding the answers. This is very easy now, because when you're around people, there are sometimes people express certain things and you can easily jump at it and say, I can handle this, I can do this. What are those things that make you feel strong? Like me now, when it comes to counseling people, doesn't matter the matter you bring to me. It's not, I tell people that it's not as a result of books I've read or experience I've had, but I just have this, if I can listen to you for 5 minutes, talk about your issues, and you can just give me a few minutes, you come up clean and talk to me. In 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I can be able to give you an answer that when you walk out of that place and put it to work, you have results. It's something I've noticed with myself growing up as a child. Whenever there's a difficult issue and you explain to me the dimensions of the problem, give me some time to think, I will come up with a solution. I found that out to myself when it has to do with people. And we're talking about talents most time. When God gives it to you, it's not actually for you. Because there was a day I was talking about this. I had one challenge many years back. My very good friend came to me and he was like, Pastor Franklin, if it was you, if it was me now that have this problem, I know you have what to tell me and I will solve it. But you now, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, now, use that thing you used to tell us. Find it. But the truth is that most times, talents are given to you to be a blessing to other people. Not really for yourself. You see, that's why we need others. Because if God made it that everything He gives to you is for you to work on you, we will not need anybody. We can be self-existent. So, it's something I found out with myself. So, whenever there is a problem, I like to attend strategic meetings. I like to be in an environment where there are conflicts. Why? Because I feel strong in those environments. Because there is something about me that I will always tell you, if I talk to you about anything, just give me some time to think about that thing. If I come up with an answer, that answer will stick. That's it. It's something I've noticed with me. You get? So that's the thing. Notice when you feel the strongest. Notice when you feel the strongest. Because that's actually where your strengths lie. Okay, so number 3. Find what you spend the most money on. This one is another very important aspect. To be able to know your talents. Find what you spend the most money on. Check where your spendings go. What are the things you, even if you don't have money, and you see that thing, and that thing comes up, you don't mind borrowing to do it. Find where you spend your most money. Because we often put our money where our mouth is when it comes to what we desire. You see, when it comes to what you desire, you always put your money inside without stress. You see, when you follow the green, you discover what you value, and chances are you have. That's the truth. Just check your spending. It will show you the things you value. It will show you the things you value. So check. Where are you chucking your money inside? What are the things that take money out of you? What are the things that take money out of you? Because if you can be able to know where your spendings are going, it can give you one thing. What is that? The things you value can show you. That's a pointer. That's a pointer, because that's a pointer that you have interest in this area. That's a pointer. So now, the next one now is very important. The number 4 is ask your friends what your best and your worst qualities are. Calm down, let them talk to you. I know that some of your friends can be crazy. They have the time to yab you all the yabbings that they've been waiting to yab you. But that doesn't matter, because there's something you want to achieve. Ask them, guys, what are my best qualities? What are those things people like in me? What are those things that, I've been brutally honest with me? I've been around you for how many years now? What are those parts of me that when I exhibit it, you guys, you're like, wow. Then also tell me those parts of me that get you guys angry and furious. Let them tell you your best qualities. Let them also tell you your worst qualities. Those areas you suck at. Allow them to be real with you. Allow them to tell. See, why am I doing this? I'm doing this now because if you enter the next year the same person you are this year, your result will not be the same. Will not change. So begin with assessing yourself, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, knowing the things that you are good at. So that's why I want to begin with this right now. So ask them. Let them tell you the truth. Please examine me. What are those areas I'm good at? What are those areas I'm not good at? So just quickly ask them, and they will tell you. You see, use your friends. Use their perspective here now. Try to see yourself from their own perspective. Allow them to be free. Let them know, are you compassionate? Are you the chatty? Just let them talk to you. Let them talk to you. Let them show you who you are. And take note of everything they point out. Take note of it. Don't quarrel. Don't argue with them. Just listen. Whether you agree or you don't agree, just listen to what they have to say. Then write it down. Because this might just help you begin to find out some of your talents, some of the things God has given to you to be a blessing to your world, or some areas you need to work on or stop that is obstructing you from shining. Then the number 5. Ask your family what you loved as a child. Now this one now, you're going to ask your family, maybe your siblings, your older siblings, or some of your uncles, aunties that may have been around you during childhood. If your parents are still alive, wow, then ask them. tell them, Daddy, Mommy, what were the things I loved as a child? Because sometimes the people who have known us the longest are the people who know us the best. Sometimes, not all the time, Sha. Sometimes the people who have known us the longest are the people who know us the best. So ask your family what you used to do as a kid. What are those things that they used to play with? Are you the type that always played alone with friends? You are the type that always make up stories? You like to make up stories a lot? You know, were you the type that acted certain kind of dramas as a little boy? You played baseball, you read books. What was your life like as a child? You see, because if you can be able to know, because at that time you were not trying to please anybody. At that time you were not trying to compete with anybody. At that time you were real. You were your natural self. Because if you can see how much of your childhood you can recreate in your adulthood by following your sense of play as a little child, you can use that to recreate a lot of things for you and make you more productive today. To find out, because then you were sincere. Then you were not trying to be like A or B. Then you were you. If they can tell you a little bit of what those things are, it can help you today work on certain things. So if you can have people that can talk to you on that direction, fine. As they are talking, you are writing. And then the next thing now is number 6. Write in a journal. Now get a journal. That's why I told you earlier on. Buy a book. The essence of that book is this: let your thoughts flow into those pages. If you wake up in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night, you know, sometimes something can just enter your mind. Just take pen and paper and just write it. You know, just have a journal. As you read, as you watch a movie, you go to church, as you come back, some things can happen and just come back. You don't feel like, just go down, just write on that, just write it, leave it and walk away. You know, just whatever comes into your head about life, just write and walk away. Because see, after some time, go back, open that journal, reread them. You find out that you may be writing in a certain direction. So the question now is, use your writing to look for hidden answers. What are you missing? What are you longing for? What opportunities do you wish would have come through? Then use your journal to create a list of your strengths and a list of opportunities to set your new goals that are aligned with those strengths. You understand now? So let me go through it again. Use that journal to do this. Use the journal to look for hidden answers. For instance, what am I missing in life? What is it I'm not doing right? You understand me? Right. What are you looking for? What are the things you are looking for? What are you longing for? What are your personal desires? You know, what are you longing for? What are the opportunities you wish would have come through now? You know, what are those things you would have wished would have come for, would have happened? I don't know if you do it. Sometimes you can just sit down like this and you're just telling yourself a story. Okay, looking and say one day a car will just come, or this. Just, you know, try to write down those things. Those things could be a pointer to show you. It can help you to create a list of your strengths, a list of opportunities to set your new goals that are aligned with these things that are your strengths. It will help you. Now, the next thing here is number 7 now, is look for talent in other people. Look for, now what I mean by that is this: sometimes being inspired by other people's talent make you realize what you are good at too. Because as I am now, there are a lot of pastors, there are a lot of preachers that are called by God. You understand me? But it's not all of them that get my attention. Not that they are not good, not that they are not sound, but you see, if you are not a teacher, I'm inspired so much whenever I listen to a core teacher, not just a preacher, but when I listen to a teacher, someone who can calm down, analyze things, break it down in pieces for me. That's why I love my pastor, Pastor George is one. That's why I'm so glued to him. Pastor, oh man, the man is a teacher. He makes the Bible practical. He makes the Bible relevant in your day. Pastor George is one. Wow. Even when he's sharing revelations, you know, there's some people that when they share revelations, it's all sounding so mysterious. You're like, wow, God is so big. But when Pastor George is teaching you revelations from the Word of God, you can listening to him, you can relate it with the dinner you want to eat. You can relate it with your everyday life experience. It makes God practical. It makes Christianity practical. And that's why I love him so much. So try to identify things in people. When you read people's books, when you see your friends, in trying to identify their talent, you will be able to know what appeals to you. In that, you can also discover what you are good at. Because reaching out and seeing talent in others will open up opportunities and connections while helping you define your own. I take it again. You see, people don't understand. If you see talent in others and feel jealous, don't you worry. We all do this, it's normal. I know when you see people doing well, there's tendency to be jealous, but see, listen to me very well. Don't miss me here right now. But you can use this to your advantage as well. When you discover somebody that has something you love, you admire, ask the person to mentor you. Even if you're older than the person. As long as this person, this gift, this talent, this is already working in this person, and you admire it, ask the person to mentor you. Ask the person to give you advice, or simply chat with the person. You could just take the person out. Say, sir, please, or ma, please, can we just sit out and let me just ask you a few questions? You see, reaching out and seeing talent in others will open up opportunities and connections while helping you define your own. In reaching out to these people, relating with these people, admiring what they have, being blessed by what they have, it will also help you discover yourself. Number 8, take stock. Now, this is now for you to now enter your library now. Enter your library now. Number 1, take stock of your book, or of the books you love to read. Take stock of the music, the kind of music you listen to. Take stock of the kind of movie you watch. No. Go back and look at them. It can also be a pointer, because the media we consume says a lot about what we value. But what we own says something even larger. You understand now? The media, I wrote here for you. I said the media we consume says a lot about what we value. But you see, what we own, what you've been able to buy, acquire, also says more. So go look at the books, because this is a true identity maker. You understand me? This is what makes you. This is why you are who you are. Do you get me? Like me now, I like detective movies, trying to solve a case. Movies that, they try to solve a problem, they try to, tinker through something. I love to watch movies like that. Movies that there's a problem and then somebody is trying to find solutions to it. That tells me. So watch out for the movies you watch. So glance through all your collections. What is the one resonating idea you see in your library? And when I talk about your library, I talk about the books, the music, the movies that you listen to. This is probably something that lights your fire. This is probably those things you go for. Dig further into these areas. That will help you. It will help you discover you. Yes, this one I like it. Check. Even on Facebook, even on YouTube, even when you get on Instagram, Twitter and all that, what are those comments? What are those posts from other people that always get your attention? Even check the people you follow. Why do you follow them? What do they do? What is it about them? And you're following them. So check. All these things will give you a summary of who you are, what you value. Because the things you value, the things you desire in life, has a whole lot to talk about you, who you really are, the talents you have, the things you can do. So, because all of these avenues lead to connections and potential networking. All these things I'm talking about now, they lead you to connections, the things you connect to, and then potential networking. So go ahead with your talented self. So just go, find out. That will help you discover you. The number 9, that's the second to the last, is remember what you have been thanked for. What is it that people have actually thanked you for in the past? Sit down, cast your mind back at it. You see, when people thank us for something, they have been helped in that way. You see, that's why that's why they are thanking you, because you've helped them somehow. You've reached out to them. You've done something that no one else could do for them. You've solved a problem in their lives. That's why they are thanking you. You see, notice what you are thanked for on a regular basis. Are you a good listener? Do people hang around you just because you are the only one that can sit down and listen to them? Are you a good teacher? Are you a good motivator? All of these things are talent, even though they seem small. Yes, are you a good listener? No, check. Remember that your talent shouldn't just be in service to other people, but to you as well. You don't just serve others. Check. So find out what people thank you for. If you are always in a constant mode of selflessness, you're always sacrificing, use your talent as a caregiver to take care of yourself. Know that as you give to yourself, you are growing your ability to give to others. Let me say it again. Whatever it is that you have used to be a blessing to other people, try to use it to bless yourself sometimes. Because as you give to yourself, you are growing your ability to give to other people. You know, I learned this very early in my life. You know, after my friend spoke to me that day, and what did I do? I now sat down, took a pen and paper, and I analyzed my problem. The same way people will talk to me about their problems. I sat down and wrote down what I was going through. I wrote it down in details, and then I sat down and started thinking, if somebody has approached me now with this problem, what will I advise the person to do? And I was able to sit down, wrote 1, wrote 2, wrote 3, I cannot forget it, wrote 5 steps what to do. And I was able to put them to work, and I got out of that mess that time. So, you see now, putting it to work in my life, and it worked, gave me more boldness. That tomorrow now, if somebody comes with me with similar issues, what happened now? I can be bold to tell the person, this was what I did, and I got this result. You see, because when you give to yourself, you are actually growing your ability to give to other people. So, finally, the last one, be open to change. Be open to change. A lot of us are not open to change. We want to be like the Ancient of Days. You know, as it was, so shall it be. War without end. You will suffer for long. If you are not open to change, you will suffer for long. That's the truth. You will suffer for long. Just imagine that somebody woke up one morning and told himself, I will never use email. I will never use smartphone. Nothing on earth will make me. I will continue to go to the night post to post letters. Nothing will make me use email. Nothing will make me use smartphones. That person will suffer for long in this time and age. No wahala. So if you're not open to change, every day, whether you like it or not, you are growing old. And as you are growing old, your taste is changing. As you are growing old, your strength is also increasing. So don't allow yourself to be complacent by telling yourself the same old story over and over again. Because there's growth comes with change of taste. There are things you used to like as a child. Now, if they bring that same thing to you now, you won't do anything with it. So as you're growing, your taste is changing. Your strength also in certain areas is changing. Some things that you used to struggle with before, some of them now you've built strength in those areas. So that's why you have to also embrace change. Because if you don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. So be open. Openness helps you to, it leads you to discover new talents and help you prepare to tackle any challenge that life throws at you. So my time is already up. I'm going to run through what the 10 things I just gave you very, very quickly right now. Number one, I said number one, take a personality test. One way to begin to prepare for the new year is to be able to discover yourself. And I said one way to discover yourself is number one, take a personality test. I said number two, find what makes you feel strong. Number three, I said find what you spend the most money on. These things will tell you who you are. And I've told you now, 2024, there's no change. When we shout Happy New Year, check it now. I've told you. The cloud does not change color. Your food is still the same number of food. Your faith doesn't change. In fact, nothing around you looks new. That's the truth. The only thing that just changes is that, oh, in your mentality that, oh, it's a new year. That's fact. For real. That's the only thing that changes. Just your thinking that, oh, I've entered the new year. So if you don't change you, if the same you enter next year in quote, you still have the same results. So find out where you spend most of your money. Number four, ask your friends what your best and worst qualities are. Yes, I know that some friends will take the opportunity to yab you very well, but let them yab you. Let them tell you the truth. Write down those things they love about you, and allow them to also tell you those things they hate about you. Those areas that it begin to help you prepare for the new year. Then the next thing here is ask your family what you loved as a child. Because then as a child, you were not copying anybody. You were yourself. If your father or mother is still alive, ask them, what are those things you loved as a child? What are those things as a child you did without stress? That would show you a pointer of an aspect of you. Maybe you are not even, you've forgotten. Because now we're trying to be like our friends. We're trying to experiences, challenges have made us, So let them let you know those things you loved as a child. And then the next thing here, now write a journal. In that journal, I told you sometimes, these are the things to write. Number one, what are you missing? What are those things you're missing? What are you longing for? What are those desires, those opportunities you wish could come? Write your journal. Find out. The number 7 is look for talent in other people. Because by the time you discover talent in other people, get close to them. They can mentor you. They can make you better. Number 8, take stock of your book. In fact, your library. The books you've bought, the music you listen to, the kind of movies you love to watch. That's a pointer of who you are, or the kind of person you are becoming. So check out what kind of movies you like to watch, what kind of music do you love to listen to, and then the books you like to read. Check them out. That will show you a whole lot, because what you consume is what you become. Your media actually shows you what you're becoming. So if you can check those things out, it can help you begin to tell yourself, this is not the kind of person I want to be. Then you change what you're consuming in the media. So number 9, remember what you have been thanked for. What is that thing that people have thanked you for? No matter how little you think they are. Are you a good listener? Do friends come to talk to you because they found that you listen a lot? That's a talent. What do they thank you for? Find out those things people have thanked you for. Then finally, be open to change. Be open to change. Be open to change. Be open to change. Okay, my name is Franklin Wilson, and this is still the mechanic. And like I will always tell you, my goal here, is to help you to be relevant and also be running. You get? Because you can be relevant and your personal life is in a mess. You can be a blessing to people, and your personal life is in a mess. Our goal is for you to enjoy your personal life and at the same time be a blessing to other people. Don't forget, this program comes to you every Thursday, 2 p.m. on this station, Lifecenter Network, your gateway to possibilities. And don't always forget to connect to my father-in-law, Pastor George Ijunwa, every Monday to Friday, 11 p.m. live on this platform. He's going to be coming up with the author of Mercy. It's a time people have received miracles, people have received answers, and it's a wonderful time to spend your night, 11 to 12. You pray with him and then you sleep. There is no how you won't wake up with wonderful ideas to win during the day. So join us at 11 p.m. tonight. My name is Franklin Wilson. Like, come your way again. For now, it's bye-bye.